Most people think the semiconductor industry is dominated by just a few countries. But what if I told you one country you're probably overlooking is already deeply embedded in the global chip supply chain and could be one of the biggest winners in the next decade? When we talk about semiconductors, names like Taiwan, South Korea, the Netherlands, and the United States usually dominate the conversation. These countries design and manufacture the world's most advanced chips. But there's another part of the industry that's just as critical, and that's where the Philippines comes in. Before a chip reaches your phone, your car, or your laptop, it goes through a final stage called assembly, testing, and packaging. This is where chips are, prepared for real-world use, tested for reliability, and integrated into systems. And the Philippines is one of the key global hubs for this. Companies like Analog Devices, Texas Instruments, ST Microelectronics have major operations there. And yet, despite all of this, most people don't even associate the Philippines with semiconductors. What most people don't realize is that the Philippines doesn't operate in isolation. Many of the world's most advanced chips are manufactured in places like Taiwan, but they don't reach real-world products without going through countries like the Philippines. So instead of competing directly, it acts as a critical extension of the global semiconductor ecosystem. In fact, semiconductors make up roughly half of the country's total exports. So when people say the Philippines is top 10 in semiconductors, they're not wrong. But they're also not telling the full story. Because right now, the Philippines mostly operates in the lower value parts of the supply chain. It's in the game, but not yet leading it. And this isn't starting from zero. Filipino pioneers like Diosdado Bonatao helped shape the modern chip industry itself. So the foundation is already there. That's where things start to get interesting. The global semiconductor industry is going through a major shift. Supply chains are being restructured. Countries are trying to reduce dependence on single regions. And new industrial zones are being developed, like the Luzon Economic Corridor. This opens the door for countries like the Philippines to move up the value chain. The real opportunity isn't just manufacturing chips, it's everything around them. Embedded systems, hardware products, smart devices, industrial applications. This is where startups and new companies can enter. Not by competing with giants, but by building on top of the ecosystem that already exists. Every major semiconductor country started somewhere. Taiwan didn't begin as a global leader, neither did South Korea. They climbed the value chain step by step. And the Philippines is now at that early stage. So the question isn't whether the Philippines is already a semiconductor powerhouse. The real question is, what happens if it moves up the stack? Because if it does, it won't just be part of the system. It could become one of the most important players in it. If you want to understand where global tech is heading, subscribe, because this is just the beginning.